we got it all taken care of. It is time for our next match, and that match is going to be Floyd versus Dave Smith Says. And I've got, I believe, John Nash. You're joining me for this next match. How are you, man?
Hey, I'm doing very good, thank you. I hope you're doing well too. But yeah, we're going to be having this match between Floyd and Dave, and this is the third time that they are facing. 7 months ago, they faced in round one as well. They were exactly the same seeds, 2 versus 15, and it was a sweep by Floyd, 2-0. So we're going to see how Dave has adapted to that, and of course, it's been quite a few months where players have learned so much more from the game. So it's going to be a very interesting match.
I definitely agree. These two are great players, great pillars of the community. Floyd has done so much work. He helped, along with DM Hero, build our website where you can see all of our stats, all of our brackets, stuff like that. And Dave Smith Says, just a great guy in the community, always witty, and always a good time playing along with him. We just got to make one quick change, and that's just a quick adjustment to Floyd's timer on my end. And we should be good to go here. So we're just waiting from readies for both players, and we have a ready from Dave Smith. So we are just waiting on a ready from Floyd, and we are about to do this.
There we go. We have also a ready from Dave, and we should be going in just a second, as we are going to see two players that have very different styles. On the one side, Dave with the big combos; on the other side, Floyd with quick moves and trying to go for a very flat board. And we're off.
And Dave Smith off to a red blitz immediately. Those red blitzes can get very irritating. You can get, sometimes 6, 7, even 8 of those double reds in a row. But he is off to a good start here, already down to 22 viruses. And it looks like Floyd is down to 15 as we kick things off here.
Yeah, and for the moment, I think the main issue with Dave is that he only has one blue on the top line. He's going to try to open up more as he drops these 2 blues on column 2, but all of his viruses right now are very low, so that means there's going to be almost no drop time. As Floyd is trying to get rid of those last yellows on the right side, and that couple of blues should be easy to take apart.
It's going to be a little difficult for Dave to get out of this situation. He's going to have to get this blue out vertically, but it looks like he is all set to go, just needing a couple of blues. Floyd getting this last yellow out at a minute 10. Dave Smith will just need one more red, and he'll be right behind John out at a minute 22.
It's about 10 seconds. It's an important difference, but nothing that they cannot manage to bring back from. So he doesn't have a lot of red at this moment, so that's not going to help him in trying to shorten this disadvantage that Floyd has so far.
Absolutely. And Dave keeping this competitive right now. And Dave, don't let Dave's seeding fool you. He definitely plays a lot better than what that 15 seed says. And also, we've got most of our players getting into 17 in 30 minutes. So a lot more balance despite the discrepancy in seeding here.
Oh, definitely. I wouldn't sleep on Dave any day. He's got what it takes. It's just a matter of the RNG also cooperating. And right now, he doesn't have much blue left. However, he's getting those red and yellows, which is exactly what he needs right now.
Mole pointing out Floyd's incident counter, safety first day since last missed drop. So far, we're at 0. We'll see if that number goes up. But Floyd having a Dr. Mario IPA as he gets out of level 8 at about 2.5 minutes.
Yeah, we'll see about that counter. That definitely got a laugh out of me. So as we are seeing Dave trying to maneuver around these last viruses, trying to set up for that red that's on column 8, and I think, yeah, he's going to have to take it perfectly. There you go. That red-yellow helped, and he's going to be out at 306.
The winner of this match will go on to face, if I am correct, you. They're going to face you, so you have a definite investment in this match. Both players I know are going to give you a challenge regardless of what happens here. But it does seem that Floyd is starting to pull away here. He's got about a 20 virus lead and continuing to play a very clean board. Hasn't played a lot of misdrops, and that's really Floyd's MO. He doesn't play flashy. He just plays quick and doesn't set up for the big combos, just really plays more to minimize his drop time, and that's why Floyd is such a good player at this.
Yeah, definitely. It takes some foresight in order to see those combos that minimize your drop time, and Floyd is definitely one of those that excels at it. As we are seeing him getting out of level 8 at 4 minutes, which is a blazing time.
That means he's averaging 80 seconds per stage here, which is just phenomenally good. That's really what you want to shoot for. Anywhere in that 70 to 90 second range per stage. Floyd's going to drop a little bit of garbage here, but he is going to be working on this top line. No blue to speak of, so he's really got to be choosy where he goes with some of these. He's got this double blue. Doesn't go to the right with it. Maybe he will with this one, but you definitely want to think about that garbage. You don't want garbage in those extreme right and left hand columns 1 and 8 because there's really only one direction to play them from. Meanwhile, Dave Smith just needing one more red to get out of level 8, and Dave Smith about 53 seconds behind here going into 9. He will need to play very aggressively here, otherwise Floyd is going to be up 1-0.
Yeah, definitely. And at this point, Floyd is already done with half of his board. However, as you were pointing out, yes, Floyd getting rid very nicely of the garbage there and actually using it in order to have some of those short drop combos. So that's also one of those characteristics that you can see in Floyd's play. He's going to go for those setups, even if it means having some garbage, but he's going to try to use it to minimize the drop time.
And Floyd's setting up here for a double clear horizontally, and this is a clean board. I like this board a lot. He's maybe a bit of a misplay there. We'll see what he does. I thought maybe he was going to decide to go horizontal, but maybe he will go vertical. He is going to clear the garbage out. Meanwhile, Dave down to 21 viruses, and Dave playing a very clean 9 as well. It's just Floyd is just playing incredibly fast. Floyd looking for his first sub 6. He could get it here, folks. And Floyd,
it's just a matter of his.
With a 554 for Floyd, I believe that is his first ever sub 6.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he was chasing it all last year, but didn't exactly manage to get it. So yeah, there you go, Floyd. With a big opening there.
Not his first sub 6, a 546 back in October, but his second ever sub 6. So well done, Floyd. He'll take game number 1. And we get prepped for game number 2.
Alrighty, yeah, you're correct. There was another sub 6, but a nice opening there from Floyd for January and for the year. So if this is what we're expecting, then oh boy, I don't want to face Floyd in round 1. But I'm sure that Dave has what it takes to try and go for this game number 2 and bring us to a decider, but we'll have to see. Okay, this is an intriguing start from Dave. It actually took me by surprise, but he realized that there was really no way to use those red halves, and somehow gets a lot of them and manages to get a nice setup there for that right side.
Dave is off to a bit of a shaky start here. As we did see, a very dangerous way to start 6, but he managed to make it work. He's keeping competitive with Floyd, but now he's put off that right side with that play.
Yeah, and it's interesting because he's playing on medium, so he should have the time to get that setup. However, it happens so that sometimes you go for setting up a peel, and then it's just one space in the wrong direction, and yeah, this is what happens. But he's going to bring that down. It's going to take some drop time, but that's going to open up the right side.
Yeah, significant drop time there, but he does keep himself competitive here, as he's down to 16. Floyd already down to 5 and has a double situation ready. The double yellow is huge. That prevents a lot of drop time, and a very fortuitous set of RNG. So get the double red and is out in a minute 16, as he has a little bit more Virus Buster IPA.
And in the meantime, Dave trying to finish this board. Yeah, it was a bit shaky. I'm sure that took a toll on what he was doing. But it's just going to be that column 8 that's going to be a bit of a problem so far.
Yeah, that column 8 is... If you were speed running this solo, that column 8 would really let you use a nice trick that you can do in Dr. Mario. It's called hitting the reset button, because that is something I would be swearing at. But you gotta play with the hand you're dealt here when you're running these brackets, as we're seeing here. And I think everybody in the chat chanting for reds for Dave Smith. He's finally down to 2. But Floyd is just speeding along here. He's already down to a baker's dozen. 13 viruses to go here on level number 7, as he continues to just pound through this stage. Really looking for a couple of specific pills. He really wants that blue-yellow, but he's doing things to work around it at the moment. Double blue right there will help on that right side, and then finally gets what he's looking for, gets the payoff there, and has everything going really well for him, as he is down to his final 4.
And there was a nice course correction there by Floyd, as he realized that the double blue was going to take out the setup for a horizontal, but he corrects and he's going to be out under 3 minutes. At this point, he's opening quite the gap between himself and Dave Smith.
This is starting to turn into a runaway. However, we let these play out. Anything can happen, as Dave Smith down to 16 viruses to go, and has a good setup here on this right side to really start doing some damage to this board. I like this drop combo, and he's going to set up for that double along that third row as well. Really nicely done there by Dave.
At this point, Dave only needs a lot of yellow, and this double is definitely going to help, but he's going to need much more than that. He could set up for some doubles there. Oh, he notices that one very nicely. That's going to make him require some less pills at this point. Exactly what the doctor suggested. There you go, and it's going to be those yellows. A beautiful set of pills to get him out at 355.
But as he enters 8, Floyd is nearing the exit. 9 viruses to go here, and as you see, Floyd is really just steaming along here. Minimal drop time, getting a sprinkle of blue onto that corner virus, and essentially it is just a matter of time for Floyd to be getting out of 8, just needing a handful of blues. And Floyd will be out at a 421, so Floyd still playing, flirting with a double sub 6 here, as he is on the final level here in the second game.
And meanwhile, Dave needing a lot of yellow once again. It seems like it's a repetition of the last level, but in this case, everything is very high. That right side is completely yellow and in every single height possible. So that's going to take some time to figure out how to maneuver this level.
Floyd is looking to open up his board here. It does look like he's cracked some stuff open, and now going for some 0 drop clears. Already halfway through this level 9. Just playing out of his mind here. This is why he was Player of the Year in 2021.
Definitely, it's not just a title, a meaningless title, but at this point, Dave trying to get out. Oh, I think he couldn't flip around that blue-yellow. The gravity just took it and locked up that pill, but he's going to get another chance a few pills later to be out at 5:33.
Absolutely blazing fast time here, and it's just a bunch of a bunch of reds here for Floyd. Floyd holding out for a double red, but he's got an 11% chance of that happening on each pill, and he is going to get it though. So here's a nice combo. Not quite going to get that sub 6, but still a very impressive time here for Floyd. Definitely a hot time, as Floyd is going to be out of here just north of 6 minutes. 6:03 for Floyd, and he takes the sweep over Dave Smith Says. He'll be advancing, and John Nash is now quivering.
Well, I mean, I have to face either one of these two magnificent players, so it's still an interesting task to see to look for in the future.
But Floyd with a combined or an average of an under 6, which is fantastic. I don't think we've seen that very often. I would have to go back into the archives and look. But it is game, set, and match for Floyd here as we do show those crowns. Geez, who's running this video feed anyway? But that's all we've got for you. Packy just did it. Okay, well, hey, this is why I don't do the stats live. When we come back, we're going to hit round number 2, and we will be kicking it off with Influx versus Ibar. Levels 8 to 11. The level block increases. So does the intensity. These players playing for another championship point potentially as they try to go to semifinal Sunday. We'll have John Nash. I think that's actually it for you today, because we're going to give you some time to go get ready for your match.
All right, thank you for having me, and yeah, I'll see you on the other side.